We are now here in Amman after 4 years film festival from Rio to India to New York, and I think we have done a job of Hercules. This is why we are now stand here in front of the Temple of Hercules in the center of Amman. And I want to thank Mr. Shri Prakash for his patience with the film festival and for his work that he's doing for the last more than 2 years.
وأيضاً مع مؤسسة هنريخ بول الألمانية وهي المرتبطة بحزب الخضر في ألمانيا.
We welcome you to this event by the Jordan Royal Film Commission, and we welcome our guests from Germany, Brazil, and India, and we're going to have a series of movies.
Jordan is a small landlocked country at the crossroads of the Middle East, Asia, and Europe, with Syria to its north, Palestine and Israel to its west, Saudi Arabia and Iraq to the south and east. Jordan, filled with barren deserts, fertile valleys, and colorful rock and sand mountains, contains the lowest point on earth, the Dead Sea, and the Great Rift Valley. 90% of its 9.5 million population adheres to the Sunni branch of Islam, while about 6% of the people are Christian. Half of Jordan's population are refugees from neighboring war-torn countries. Over the course of its long and rich history, Jordan has passed in turn to various empires, including the Assyrians, the Babylonians, the Romans, the Persians, and the Arabs. In the 16th century, Jordan became part of the Ottoman Empire. During the First World War, the British Empire acquired Jordan as a colony. In 1946, Jordan finally became independent. Jordan is a constitutional monarchy where the king holds broad powers. However, following the Arab Spring in early 2011, the people of Jordan advocated for oversight on political parties and general elections. In contrast to other Arab countries, King Abdullah II reacted decisively to approve constitutional amendments that added accountability, although limited. In addition, Jordan, a Hashemite kingdom with lineage that can be traced back to the Prophet Muhammad, also employs a judicial system that is segregated into 3 categories: civil, religious, and special.
Well, in terms of energy security, Jordan is very needy. 96% of our energy is imported from outside in the form of crude oil or diesel. We are also the poorest water country in the world as well. So both of those make it an extra challenge for Jordan to search and find some sustainable sources of energy.
Last year we've been importing 96% of our energy from outside. We depended in the beginning on cheap Saudi oil, which then stopped, and then we depended on Iraqi cheap oil, which Saddam Hussein was shipping to Jordan during the years of the embargo, and due to the position of Jordan after the invasion of Iraq by the US forces, we started depending on the Egyptian gas, and the Egyptian gas was sent to Jordan at very supported prices. It was much below international prices. And then, of course, the Arab Spring happened in Egypt and toppled, Hosni Mubarak, the president. So Jordan is in need, and we have been saying all the way through that it's time that we understand that, you know, we need something which is national.
The idea came out in about 2008 when they decided that we needed to expand our energy portfolio. We have the third largest uranium reserves, and therefore, presumably, by having such reserves, simply we could attract international companies that would come and seek out this resource and mine it and utilize it.
In 2007, King Abdullah II announced that Jordan would pursue peaceful nuclear energy. That year, Jordan's parliament passed a nuclear power law, setting up the Jordanian Atomic Energy Commission to promote nuclear energy, and the Jordan Nuclear Regulatory Commission to oversee it, with the ultimate goal to generate 30% of their own electricity by 2030.
Around the shops, and I have with me like 150 leaflet about why do we, the Greens, oppose you know, the nuclear project. In the past, we used to think that Areva is the one who's going to build the first nuclear power plant. Even in the beginning, they signed an exploration agreement with Areva, but they exchanged the exploration agreement into a mining agreement without Areva coming out with a feasibility study. The agreement was for 25 years, or until Areva produces 70,000 tons of uranium. And now, you know, the tricky part, agreement will start only if the reserve located is above 250 parts per million.
The Arab gas pipeline, which runs through Jordan from Egypt and supplies 88% of the country's electricity needs, is the principal source of Jordanian natural gas imports. Volumes fell dramatically in 2011 and 2012 as a result of unrest in the Sinai Peninsula and in Syria. Consequently, Jordan plans to build at least one reactor by 2019. The government has chosen to build the reactor in the Mafraq area, 40 kilometers northeast of Amman.
And that area, it's the land of the biggest tribe in Jordan, which is Bani Hassan. And luckily, Bani Hassan, when they first heard me, they formed a small coalition of different tribes in that tribe, you know, families, big families. And they named themselves Arhamuna, which means spare us. And they started to become very active, aggressively active, you know, having demonstrations and, you know, with passing, you know, and cutting all kind of red tape. And it took a while. By the end, the government decided that we cannot have this project in their land. So they moved. They moved and they've gone and went to the desert and appointed another area to become basically the site for the nuclear power plant. Now, of course, that area is very far off from people. It's about 15 kilometers from the nearest village. But basically, you know, it doesn't have any water.
Like Jordan, which is basically a desert country with no water, is not to build a nuclear plant and no experience in this field, but to use renewable energy. There's an interest from the military side of the state, so I don't think it's from the pure energy side. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
The Nuclear Atomic Commission, they have 120 employees, and they have a huge sum of money allocated in the budget every year. Something, you know, starting from 10 million up to 45 million Jordan dinars, which equals euros. And the head of the Atomic Energy Commission, who declared that Jordan has been found to have 38,000 tons of uranium. This is pure misleading of the Jordanian public and the decision makers. It is very insulting that this person has been releasing this kind of numbers at a time that, you know, 3 major international companies withdrew and found that Jordanian uranium is garbage, cannot be, you know, it's very bad quality, very low concentration. And I said, you know, we can say that Jordan has 1 billion tons, but what is the concentration? Is it 1 part per million? It's cheaper to buy, it's idiocy. It's cheaper to buy uranium, and especially that we will not be enriching it. It will still go out and be enriched outside the Kamir. So it's easier for us to buy already enriched uranium fuel. 5 minutes away. The village we're going to is basically a Bedouin village. It's on the desert highway connecting Amman to the south to the port of Aqaba. And these are basically Bedouins with the lowest mean of subsistence. Many of them are shepherds or basically work on in trucking and driving, trucks. Since we have been active for the past 5 years, and been coming up on different news and TV stations, these people have heard about the corruption of this project. Many of them understand that this is a wrong project, but many of them don't understand the health implications of this uranium mining, and say this is a film done in a similar situation in India, that basically it will be their life in the future. They like to watch their future. عقلي كركي. هذا الزلمه بيقول لك انا محايد، انا نوترال، ويقول هيك. انا اقول لك انا يعني بده يعرض قريته. He wants to show his village. Let people decide. فاحنا جايبين هو فيلمه انتجه. You took a prize for your film?
Yes.
From
for international prize.
What exactly happened in your village?
You see by yourself. That's why I came here.
Maybe this one Arabic coffee. The roads here from right to left, right?
Usually the coffee, you try to make it cold this way, and you drink it. So when you finish drinking it,
Not like espresso.
and you feel the hail, the incense is inside, you shake it like this. Shaking it means that's enough.
Okay.
The Atomic Energy Commission announced that they will consume 8 million cubic meters of water per year for 2,000 tons. Now the uranium that they discovered here is very poor and low quality, and that means it will need
Much
more water, and 40 million is a huge amount of water.
Yeah.
Very huge amount of water, and we don't have it. We don't have it in Jordan.
This event is held in cooperation with International Uranium Film Festival and with the Hanif Bowl with the Green Party from Germany.
والطاقة اليورانيوم وما إلى ذلك. وأنا بحب شير وأكد بالأحرى أنه الهيئة الملكية مش عندها موقف من هالموضوع.
We have 9 movies, some documentaries, some animation. It's about uranium and nuclear power. This kind of topics usually are controversial. They raise some questions, and this doesn't reflect the Royal Film Commission in Jordan or their opinion. And we will have another event after this one with the Energy Commission in Jordan.
Near my home in Albuquerque, New Mexico, is a place called Grants.
but there's a dramatic rise in such phenomena. In Fallujah, 1 birth in 5 now exhibits congenial.
How did you like the film, Spicy?
Wallahi, it is a fascinating film. It's an amazing film. It's a very well done film. It's a good job, yani. Somebody who went to infected area. Big bow, because I won't go there.
The nuclear issue, I think it's not a purely an energy issue, although they use this as an argument, but it has a lot to do with the Jordanian state, I think, wanting to be part of a club of nuclear producing countries.
Jordan and Israel agreed in 2014 that Israel would supply 2.2 billion cubic meters of gas over 15 years.
Will you tell what happened to this screening?
Not for sure, but I am very confident the security departments have talked to officials in these villages and asked them not to conduct this, film or not to have these meetings and put some pressure on them. But still, I'll be going back to them. We will try our best today to talk to people and put some pressure on the officials to accept that we have